Every time Anos Ahmad does the Adhan here in Leipzig, it feels like a small victory. In Pakistan, the call for prayer would land him in jail. Ahmad and his family are members of the Ahmadiyya community, an Islamic minority which faces persecution back home. 2 years ago, they fled to Germany. Here we live in freedom. Since we came, we've been able to wear whatever clothes we want, and when we want to veil ourselves, no one tries to harm us. My husband goes to the mosque and prays there, and we don't have to ask ourselves whether he will come home or whether someone will come to the mosque and hurt us. The family only has tolerated immigration status here, which means they have few rights and at any time can be arrested and deported. Back to a life in fear. They have heard that a mass deportation is due to take place soon. It is not easy to leave your country. And now that we've done this, that we are here, we're being told that we can't stay, so where do we go? Ahmadis believe the movement's founder was the Messiah. They are considered heretics in Pakistan. Their persecution is well documented. Mohammed Suleiman Malik shows us school books which tell children to fight the infidels, signs at the shop entrances that prohibit entry for Ahmadis, photos from attacks on Ahmadi mosques. Still, unlike the UK and the US, Germany considers Pakistan a safe country of origin. Malik says that the government has stepped up deportations. I believe that there is a lack of knowledge or political will. But unfortunately, this is to the detriment of the many persecuted people who live here and who are now being deported in large numbers or are still in custody awaiting deportation. For these people, it is a matter of life and death. Anos Ahmad knows this well. He says a mob killed his uncle when he returned to Pakistan from the UK. Ahmad and Kalsoum are desperate to protect their family, but they have exhausted all legal remedies. For now, there is little they can do. Just wait and hope they won't be on the next plane.
Now let's bring in Luisa von Richthofen, our reporter who filed that report. Luisa, we understand a plane carrying deportees left Germany for Pakistan today without the family. You've been in touch with them. Does it mean they can stay?
Well, exactly as you said, the plane left today to Pakistan carrying 3 people who were deported from Germany. But the family luckily could wake up in their own beds. The plane has just landed now a few hours ago in Islamabad. But for the family, it's just another round of waiting that begins because their immigration status in Germany is still only tolerated. It means they don't have asylum here and they can get deported anytime, and that's the situation that many Ahmadis face here, around 550 in Germany.
Well, from your research, how likely is it that the Ahmadiyya deportees or those from other minority religions will experience serious harm upon their return to Pakistan?
Well, when you research the topic, to be frank, it doesn't take you so long to realize that Ahmadis are being persecuted in Pakistan. According to Amnesty International, they face electoral disenfranchisement, targeted killing, cyber mobbing, hate speech. The UNHCR says as well that Pakistan is not safe for Ahmadis to return. So it's not only what they say, it's also been documented by international organizations that Ahmadis face persecution upon return. Now, what I've witnessed or what I've heard from the family I was talking to is that many of their family members are actually choosing to go underground, and that basically being deported back to Pakistan makes you very visible in the community. It puts you in the spotlight. You're the one in the village who was abroad, who's now come back, and that's precisely what they fear. They don't want to be in the spotlight. They want to basically, they want no one to know that they are Ahmadis.
Well, do you see any chance that Germany might change its stance on this issue?
It's difficult to say. There's definitely been an outcry now about this deportation that took place this morning. a Pakistani Christian was due to be on the plane, and after there was a public outcry, most notably by Die Linke, the left-wing party in Saxony, he was actually released yesterday. But then it's difficult to see how Germany, or when Germany would change its stance, given the vast amount of information about persecution that is available, given the stance of the UNHCR that I just mentioned, given the way that other countries are treating Ahmadis. That means other countries are actually not deporting them back to Pakistan, the US, and so forth. But Germany is still doing that. So the only solution that's left for the community, they've said, is to raise public awareness about their persecution in Pakistan.
DW reporter Luisa von Richthofen there. Thank you, Luisa.